On the night of April 4th, 1991, in Clinton, Missouri, 20-year-old Angela Hammond, who was 4 months pregnant, was abducted while using a payphone. Her fiancé, who was on the phone with her, heard her screams and the haunting words of her abductor saying, quote, "I didn't need to use the phone anyway," unquote, before the line went dead. Angela Hammond was never seen again. Earlier that night, Angela and her fiancé, Rob Schaefer, had attended a cookout. After the cookout, Angela dropped Rob off at his house and said she would call him a few hours later. They planned to meet later after his mother got home from work, as he was babysitting his brother at the time. Angela spent some time with her friend Kyla, and at around 11:15 p.m., she called Rob from a payphone at the intersection of Jefferson and 2nd Street, 7 blocks from his home. While on the phone, Angie noticed a man circling the parking lot in an older model green pickup truck. When the truck stopped near the payphone and the man got out, Angela quietly described him to Rob, noting that he was a filthy Caucasian male wearing glasses, with a beard and mustache. He was wearing overalls and carrying a flashlight. Angela assumed he was looking for something in the parking lot, but then he started walking in her direction. The man approached the payphone next to Angela, lifted the receiver as if to make a call, but immediately hung it up. Rob heard Angela ask the man if he needed to use the phone she was on, to which he replied that he would try again later. The man began walking back to his truck. She and Rob then returned to their conversation. Just a few moments later, Rob heard Angela scream. The man then said, quote, "I didn't need to use the phone anyway," unquote. Rob immediately dropped the phone and ran outside to his car. As Rob drove towards the payphone, the green pickup truck sped past him. He heard someone inside shout his name. Rob abruptly threw his car into reverse, unknowingly damaging the transmission in the process. He followed the truck for 2 miles before the transmission failed as he made a sharp right turn. Unfortunately, the truck drove away and was never seen again. An extensive search began for Angela, the abductor, and his truck. The Missouri State Highway Patrol checked hundreds of trucks matching the description, especially focusing on its back window, which was covered with a decal of a fish jumping out of the water, but all were ruled out. With few leads in the case, investigators initially questioned Rob's story, since there were no other witnesses to corroborate his account. However, a polygraph indicated that he was telling the truth. Shortly after Angela's abduction, investigators linked her case to 2 other unsolved cases in nearby towns. Trudy Darby, a 42-year-old woman, was abducted from a convenience store near Max Creek, Missouri, on January 19, 1991. 2 days later, her body was found on a riverbank, shot twice in the head. Cheryl Ann Kenny, a 30-year-old woman, vanished from a convenience store in Nevada, Missouri, on February 28, 1991, and was never found. Despite the efforts of law enforcement and the community, the whereabouts of Angela Hammond and the identity of her abductor have remained unsolved for 33 years. In 2021, investigators suggested a new theory proposing that Angela might have been abducted by mistake. They believe the intended target was another woman named Angela, whose father had been an informant in a narcotics case. On the night of Angela's abduction, the informant received a threatening note targeting his daughter, who closely resembled Angela. This theory has not been proven and remains under investigation as of 2021.